In 2015, a space for liberation, views, opinions, free from judgment, and a sister circle known as I'm Just Saying was born. We offered the world every Sunday our greatest laughs, cries, angers, hurts, and so much more. From this giant step, we moved on to continue to shake the world around us with our projects, including It Goes Down in the DMs, Mo Does the Most, and The Way Shay Mo Sees It, and a few more. But one day, I had the vision to tie all of those projects and networks together to bring I'm Just Saying back, new, improved, and reloaded. Seeing the need for a safe space again to discuss all that makes us us, and by us, I mean y'all too. It was only right to bring I'm Just Saying back, reloaded. So on a new platform, a new day, a new time, and a new look, we're going to bring you all of the feistiness that you guys loved and a few new topics as well. Tune in every Thursday at 8 p.m. Don't be late.
Like you was.
She ain't moved. Oh, like mine. That's where you get it from. But you know I'm lazy.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
You could have put us next to each other on a train.
Man, it's Shay Mo.
And it's Mo.
And this is I'm Just Saying.
Reloaded.
She couldn't wait. She couldn't wait. We gotta find something to do.
We gonna figure it out.
I don't know.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
It's what is this? The third week of January?
Is it the third week already?
Or is it
Second week?
We in the third.
Yeah, third week. Next week.
Third.
The 23rd will be the last week.
Because January is long. It's a long month.
I mean, it feels like it's been a long year already. I ain't even gonna lie.
Don't.
You know what I'm
January is
saying?
its own year.
It's like 2022.5.
Ain't it? It's probably like 2022.8.
Okay.
Like because when do you really start feeling that year? Like you have officially gotten to the newer year. Like
at least for me until March.
Okay.
Because I'm doing so much like front loading.
Yeah, because Christmas has you running and then January has you catching up. Mm-hmm. And then February go by so quick that you don't even know it came or went.
With it being the shortest month, like, you know, and then both of our kids are born in February.
True. And me. Hey.
And her.
So, yeah, March.
March.
But the significance of, like, January, you know, in our good old Negro spiritual is,
come on,
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his birthday.
Yes. And
I want to sing one time for the birthday bitch.
You can't. You can't.
But I probably can. Because what we're going to talk about, we're just going to get right into it.
Let's go. Go ahead.
Have y'all seen the Embrace?
The statue?
The statue that they unveiled. The 20 feet tall, 40 feet wide.
So the first picture that I saw from the angle that I saw, I thought it was some erotica.
Okay, so what is the first picture you saw? What did it look like?
It looked like somebody was holding some legs. Like they
eating pussy.
Yes.
Okay, that's the first one I saw. I see the eating pussy statue. What's this? Oh, that's Martin Luther King. I know Dr. King didn't die for this shit.
Okay, I went straight to the Boondocks episode.
I know he did.
When Dr. King was like, "Will you niggas?"
The Embrace. Oh, okay.
For it to be him and Coretta. And no diss to Coretta.
No diss.
But what the fuck did she do to get the Embrace? Like, it's just his day.
Well, it was pussy. The first. I don't get it. The first statue was pussy eating.
I'm trying to understand.
The first visual I saw. So I was like, damn, we doing it like that. Like, I thought we censored the way we felt about shit nowadays. I thought we couldn't say certain words.
Absolutely not. When they saying shit and dick and all this stuff on USA. Yeah. I'm not all right with it.
Okay. But the Embrace, I'm like, okay, this kind of fly. Like, okay, like that's what we doing. I know my good Dr. King ain't rolling in his grave over this shit.
Your good Dr. King?
My good Dr. King.
Because I heard he was a cheater, but.
Hey, listen, I didn't read that in the book. I heard he had a dream, and he wanted us to be able to be paired.
He got
in
my
rooms
son in a chokehold
with
right now.
people.
Did you see the video of the little white boy?
No,
I shared it.
I
Oh,
have to look at
that
it.
little white boy was ready to slide for Dr. King. Do you hear me?
But when I see him with the embrace, I was ready to slap on him too. Like, okay, I see you.
So how many
Yum, yum, yum,
angles
yum, 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 yum.
and think pieces do we have? Because
I've seen
I
three.
felt like a bad person
I've seen 3.
thinking that it was some head being given on this big ass
I didn't feel
statue.
bad because I didn't have anything to do with it. Like, I have learned not to feel
be
my
thinking
black
I'm a,
guilt.
you
You have that black guilt
pervert.
when you see things that are associated with your race and you feel
Mhm.
like you had something to do with it. I've learned to work on my black guilt. So I didn't.
Black guilt
I was
is a
like, I
thing.
was shocked that they were gonna let him eat pussy in the statue, but I wasn't like upset. I was confused. Like, damn, they doing that stuff now? Okay. Oh, his birthday.
Once, because we shall overcome, and it's come see you him now. Like somebody
So what was your
explain.
second visual?
My second visual was the actual one where I
Good.
was able to see her
Button
bracelet.
down,
Yeah,
and-
and the
I never seen the bracelet.
yeah.
I seen the dang-a-lang. Did you see that one?
I didn't see no dingaling.
The girl, like where it looks like a girl is like somebody's holding a dick. You didn't see that? Okay, so I gotta see that.
Oh wow.
So I just said like, so you get
See?
these super.
I feel like whoever created this,
Hank Willis
Hank
Thomas.
he didn't
Hank
think
Willis
this
Thomas.
through.
Well, see what happened is he said that the people of Boston selected this, and over 100,000, not 100, over 1,000 people worked on this. So it wasn't like it wasn't a lot of eyes on it. Maybe they were just too enthralled in like the whole opportunity to do something to honor Dr. King that nobody saw that this was a little bit risque.
I mean,
Like this should be at the Dirty Show at this point.
I love the Dirty Show.
I love me some Dirty Show.
However, not for MLK Day.
I mean, like I said,
Maybe at the Black Ski Weekend they could have unveiled it at that bitch. But
that's just I want to see one time for the birthday, bitch. Like it got me inspired. Like
I'm all sad, y'all.
I don't know.
This ain't what he was marching for.
Well, but I will say that MLK Part 3, he was honored like that they showed this transparency of his mother and father and this hug and like they actually included them. So I mean, go off, but y'all, if you got 1,000 eyes on a project,
Listen,
you know what it's giving me?
in the world of
lying
everything
on my
being
resume.
interpretation. Okay, because
It's giving.
if I ain't learned one thing, it's to lie on my resume. And after Donald Trump became president, baby, I can do whatever I want. I can be whoever I want.
Giving lie on your resume.
Okay.
Like, do not tell yourself you cannot do some shit because they said 5 years.
You're
of
just
experience.
not dedicated
Baby, say
enough.
you have 7. Say you have 7. Like somebody asked me, I was like, "Oh, I need a job." They was like, "I got a job. Do you know Excel?" I was like, "Nah, I can't even lie.
Oh, but
like I can't. Like
You
Excel
can-
is
you
a different
can-
beast.
It's a beast, but
It's numbers.
you can
and
embellish. You
I
can
can't.
embellish.
When I see a bunch of numbers at one time, I'm done. Like I quit.
They
I'm
do
throwing
the
shit over.
formulas for you.
I ain't never been in that setting. Like I start from the very beginning on everything. So it was too much. Because if I could lie, I would have been like, oh yeah, absolutely. He could have said anything in the world but Excel. Because he said Excel, I was like, I can't even fake that shit. Like, I can't fake it. Like, because I
Listen.
know, trust me, I was like, I know how to make a box turn to a color when it gets to, I know how to do that part.
I'm at this point. I'm ready to shoot for the stars and go there because this is what they
But
do in the
that's
world
what-
of social media.
If you got 1,000 eyes on one project and nobody can see the risque vantage point of it, it's giving lying on my resume. Like, I don't give a fuck what you say.
I mean-
Show me these 1,000 people, because now I want to interview them.
Because who
'Cause
and
who?
why did you need
And
1,000 people? Was Tyler Perry a part of this?
Shut the fuck up.
Was he a part of this? Because it'd be extra for no reason.
Listen, I keep sending you clips. Do you get them clips from Tyler Perry's
I don't get nothing from him, but
the
irritation.
show,
Not a goddamn thing but
Fatima
annoyance.
and Zach show?
No.
Oh man.
Mm-mm.
It's like it almost look like it could be good, but whatever they're writing for Zach looks terrible. I'm only watching clips. I haven't even seen like an episode, but it was like I seen a clip where
Dear algorithms, keep them
I
far
send
from
them
my
to
phone.
you. Okay, whatever.
Keep them from
But
my phone.
you know,
And the is today it depends on who you asking is the title
Depends on
of
who you
this
asking.
episode.
and like I said, if you see the Embrace statue, it depends on who you ask.
It does.
What did you see?
It
It's
really
like one
does.
of those like psychological paintings. Like, what do you see? Is it a butterfly? Is it double fist and hand jobs? Like, what do you see?
Because it was all that for a lot of people.
It was
because when I seen it, I was like,
I immediately saw like this in D'Angelo's. How does it feel? Like,
and after we had the conversation that we had the other day, I was like, somebody heard me talking about.
It was, how did you feel for me? I was like, damn.
Listen, it was giving very much D'Angelo.
It was getting like, yes, you want to know?
Okay. Girl, it's only you.
Moving right along to City Girls being up 1,000 points.
City Girls is up.
City Girls stay up. So like,
and y'all hate them.
Let's go to the lighthearted City Girl, then we'll go to the bread and butter City Girl. And I'm going lighthearted with Lori Harvey. Mm-hmm. And when I say that, it's because I know men hate Lori Harvey because she,
baby,
y'all need to go look at
Public Enemy number.
Some of these songs that they say, like, she just like me. She can do exactly what I can do. She can pull them like I can pull them. They don't like that.
But my whole thing is
the oppressor never likes the oppressed. Like
that is
if you can keep a woman in her place, whatever that means to you, that's where you want her. But the moment that she shows you that, do I fuck him and I did something? That's when I keep yelling. Like the moment we show you that we don't have to live to your standard, it's a problem.
I'm a pimp by blood, not relation. Okay,
and I will replace them.
So
either get in line.
It will behoove you to get with the operational program so we can just move on.
I think the worst part,
and we can just move along.
Is she doesn't have a drought. So clearly she's not doing anything wrong. Because the way y'all bark on the internet about, oh, she's a hoe, she's for the street, she's this, that, and another, she keeps a suitor and a one with a bag. Like, I ain't seen sis.
So let's be clear. Let's be clear, okay?
Sis is being chose.
And she is being strategic. And aside from what y'all do, because y'all be like, oh, she got a fat ass. She got some juicy juice for the kids, and she let me drink them.
And sis ain't nobody's baby mama.
You know, her head game is kind of good. I'm going to slide down on my homeboy baby mama. Like, y'all don't even be getting quality chicks.
Right. Whole time she out here with high value
But this is your roster, okay?
Hey, and she's still young.
She's definitely
very beautiful.
So my thing is, for you to be able to have the world at your feet, to be able to have the variety that you want to choose from, the royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Fuck 'em.
You mean to tell me
Fuck 'em.
that I can't go and say, you know what?
This isn't working.
It's not my preference.
I need to move on.
I don't like it.
And
be honest.
And I respect the fact that if it's not going to work, it's just not going to work. You do not know. They say people are in your life for a reason, season, or a lifetime.
Which one are you?
Which one are you? I get it. As a dater, because I love to date.
Me too.
And you said something off camera, which was like, I don't even think she be fucking all these. Oh, excuse me. You hear I go being near the wino, burping in the microphone. I don't even think she
be having
fucking all these niggas. She might not, because you don't have to, but people don't know that. You have to actually see. I'm nosy, and I've told y'all this. This is something you do know about me. I'm very nosy, so I get in your business,
extremely,
and I'm gonna ask questions because I don't have to fuck them all either, sis.
But
you catch me on a date with a nigga in a smile,
but
in a picture. You know what I mean? I got pictures with. I ain't never did nothing to but shook her hand.
And like, she spoke to it on like some interview that she was on, and she was saying like some of the rumors that she heard about herself, and she was like, I just think, you know, it's pretty funny. I would keep it very lighthearted as well. However, I'm grounded, right? It took me a very long time to get to know who I was. The toxic side of me, the shadow side of me, and the side of me that can pray you through a tsunami. Mm-hmm. Okay? If I decide that as a single woman, I'm going to date all y'all.
Hey. Until I'm ready to be serious about you, or you ready to be serious about me. We need to be serious about each other, though.
If you want me, come get me. And I'm not in a space where I'm just going to let you hand me whatever you want to. I'm going to tell you what I want. And if you don't want to give it to me, then I have the right to move on. Y'all don't think that she has a right for her preference. Y'all think she don't have a right to move on, and you do. You will move on if she on her period. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that Michael B got a girlfriend.
He do.
And when he like the sexiest man alive, like last year or something.
His mustache wasn't given. It was only Killmonger for me. That's the only time.
Do you think he a sexy man, Peaches?
So I only like him for Wakanda.
Can we talk about it for 1 second? Like, we're not gonna give it a lot of juice, but I'm gonna give it a little bit, like a little bit of squeeze.
He said, I'm sitting here.
It's not. The thing about Michael B. Jordan that I figured out though was he is a black man's preference. Like he's the sexiest man alive to them. But I literally called Michael B. Jordan research. So I called all my homegirls like, how you feel about Michael B. Jordan? Nobody gave him a second look. Like, do your thing, pimp. You know, we love who you are and what you do. I'm not attracted to you. I wouldn't want to be with you.
It was M'Baku for me because Winston,
Black Panther.
Yeah.
From Black Panther.
He looked like he can pick me up and put me on his shoulder.
See, she talking about one of the villains from Black Panther. You got to show her the picture. But what I'm saying is when it comes to like how we feel about this man as black women, we weren't all in line like that's the sexiest man. Like
she was the one who supposedly brought him back to black women as it is. So.
No, ain't no such thing. Do your thing, pimp, because when you have access to all types of people, that's what you're going to date. Mm-hmm. Like when you don't, like when you're from a predominantly black area, you probably, most of us are going to date within our race.
Right.
Because that's what we're used to. That's what we see.
Our means.
Within our means. Because if a white boy tried to holler at me or
if he found enough,
tried to get on me,
found enough, let me tell you.
If his body odor is not showing up before his conversation, we might have something to talk about.
But
I mean, because I've had experiences where it's like, well, no, I wouldn't be able to date you.
Paul Wall could only get so far with me, though.
I'm just saying.
And you already know
I'm not excluding people. Like a lot of men, especially that know me, like, why haven't you dated outside your race? Like, because I live in the center of Detroit. Like, who the fuck I supposed to date?
I'm definitely not about to get to Habibis.
There are no Chads just running around Detroit. Like, I have to go date Eminem.
And everybody knows I was head over heels in love with Chad Michael Murray. And I still will, like, he could take my first hand in marriage.
But
today.
I also like what I like. And I got my preference. And the thing is, if I got to a status where, you know, I was like Eve and some billionaire came and whisked me off my feet and he just happened to be the same color as my palm, I ain't got no problem with it. But
can you do a pink penis?
I don't know. I have never tried it.
I don't
like, I don't fantasize about it. I don't.
I take these things in consideration.
You do. And I don't, because if he came in and he treated me like a lady and he, you know, you got to get in my head. So, like, it's not as hard as you want it to be. I'm not physical. Like, I like to, he at least got to look like it, but then he got to smell like it, too. If he giving me wet dog, it's like, nah, sorry, it's not. Yeah, you know.
But for Lori.
Because I'm not expecting him to come to the ghetto and meet my family. Like, I don't even have those kind of expectations.
She's not for the street.
She's not.
She is dating.
She's young. She's in charge.
She's rich. And she has options.
And her daddy told her to think like a man and act like a lady. And
her daddy not told her
like
that.
A lady.
So nothing that she has done has been unladylike. Y'all just don't like the fact that she is skipping over you. Yep. She is literally keeping it moving. But y'all can.
What did Fergie daddy tell her? You ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. And Lori daddy said, listen, think like a man, act like a lady. Shuffle them niggas if they don't act
and
like.
My thing is.
Shuffle them. See?
I need y'all to stop minding the vaginas. Stop policing.
Niggas make the vagina monologue, like, sir.
And you don't even have one. Like if you mind your business, the business that pays you, you will move a whole lot further.
Hey, but I got a better city girl to talk about.
Okay. Ooh, child. I already know.
It's like if Lori...
This is who y'all want Lori to be.
Wait, which one of the city girls do you think is like the classier of the two if they were classy? Because I'm going to call Lori a city girl for this.
I don't fucking know.
So JT or Carisha, who get the class?
Shit.
Like, we was doing a toast. It was like, you the classiest
I'm going to say scamming ass JT. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say her. So, because I feel like Carisha just be getting nuts drop on her forehead all the time.
Okay. So if JT is the classy city girl, so that's Lori Harvey. Moving on to Megan Hall.
Come on, Megan.
Megan Hall. Don't sound familiar, do it?
No, it don't.
Okay.
Tell them who she really is to the people.
How old is Lori? Can we find out how old is Lori?
I think she's like
28.
Okay. Maybe 25. I thought 25.
This is a great age group because Megan Hall is 26, right? Okay. Talk about bitches moving in their circles. Megan Hall is the white cop that got fired from the Laverne police. Having at least 6 affairs with 6 different men.
Damn.
And her husband said, she's 26. So they both 26.
Okay.
26 is that number. I was born on the 26. So
226.
Come on.
I'm going to play that.
Let's do it.
Come on and give me some money.
And her husband said he is sticking by his bae.
Did he?
Oh no, there goes his baby.
He said,
"Ooh,
that's
girl,
mine.
Look at you."
And I'ma stick beside her, his wife.
That's his rider.
After 6 niggas.
Yes, at least. Because, I mean, it might be more. And then what the bitch party is. The bitch part to the citizens is she was on and off duty and out of, like, public spaces and places that she had no business fucking in. Like, I don't even do that shit as a citizen.
Even at the station.
Like, I ain't never
And he said, that's mine. I'ma stick beside her.
Give me, daddy. But
her husband
said, listen.
When I tell you these dudes don't be holding on to me for 10 minutes, I sent her a screenshot yesterday of a nigga who was talking crazy to me. He said I was for the streets because I travel for work.
But let's talk about it.
Damn.
But it'd be like, those be the same men that put us up against white women because she is a white woman.
Yes, she is.
And it's no diss to any white women. But it'd be like, men really get out of their mind thinking that, like, we hold the rank at the sex parties. Like, but we don't. Like, all of that freaky shit that y'all don't know about or hear about, it be them. But it be them. I mean, it be us too. It be them. And the fact that this motherfucker got, like,
probably do.
Half her niggas got fired. Like,
they probably do that cuckold. You know, that's that other shit in Pornhub. Yeah. He be watching her.
Voyeurism and
shit.
Because it
ain't no way. Like,
it might be
because listen, if your work husband take you to lunch, your bae gonna be like, bitch.
Public service announcement.
Bitch.
Your bitch got a work husband. She's fucking him. So you might want to let it go. Okay?
He bought you a corned beef egg roll.
Corned beef egg roll. Could you imagine? Like, okay, how boring is your job that you just fucking as a police officer at the station?
Ma'am, don't you have some protecting and serving to do?
Absolutely not. Serving this serving this shit. Seriously though, like, but that's like city girls, like city girls up. We see you, and it's always like to be a black woman in these black ass streets, and always having to fight for yourself. And it's like, hey, you gotta realize, shit people are just shit people. Stop looking at the color of things because. I would never. Ooh, my stars.
Ooh, baby.
Could you imagine getting fired for fucking 6 niggas at work? Come on, man.
Coming from someone who's had a work affair.
Hey.
This ain't that. I can't do it. Baby, because don't tell my, and even, like, don't tell my business. That's the reason that the work affair didn't work, because I will walk past you like I don't know your name.
You don't know my name. But could you imagine, like, I don't know what I don't know what the break room look like. But could you imagine the break room or the locker room? I don't know. How does this work? Like, what do we have? Like,
I watch too much Chicago PD. Here, police officer. Right. So what's the rigs
like? Is it a locker room? Is it a break room? Like, what do we do? How do we get in here? Like, I come in through the back. That's all I feel like. I feel like you come in through the back. But could you imagine, like,
maybe you go to the garage where all the police cars at?
As a man, though, like, do you know she fucking 5 other employees? Like, do you go get tested now? Like, what do y'all do? Like,
how do you eat her coochie like
maybe,
that?
Ooh.
Like,
swan.
Ooh.
Salmon.
Gefilte fish. It's giving very much tilapia.
How do you be her mother? Like, oh shit. Like, my daughter is like, she left Walmart to go be a police officer and now she's a whore. Like, how do you do that?
I don't know.
Meanwhile, our good sis Lori is out here dating one at a time, and y'all mad whole time.
Sis got 6 at a time.
What is her name? Mary
and a husband.
Mary Megan Hall got side niggas in them, and that's why y'all can't tell me bitches do it too. Women got it.
Y'all just gotta get used to the fact that girls can mad.
She had the K9 nigga, like, the fuck.
And
the K9
the sooner
nigga,
that you accept
he can't smell that shit, like his dog, he couldn't help.
The sooner you can move past it. If you want her, come get her. If not, throw her ass away. Like, whatever the case may be. Go. But stop your judgment. Because most of y'all be community dick anyway.
Most, yeah.
So if you can't take a woman pulling a you on you, then you don't need to be dating.
And if her husband like
it, and that's the way Shamo sees it.
You so if her husband like it, I love it. Stop talking shit about Russell Wilson and Sierra when they haven't gave you a scandal.
Not a piece. He bought all of her royalties. Listen, him and his terrible hair, I would love him. I would love him and his terrible hair because I hate it.
I have one more thing.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, I wish this was me. Like, I ain't never felt so envious in my life. A 19-year-old girl got a lottery ticket from her friend for Christmas. Her friend from Christmas. I love that. I love in the news story it said friend. This is my friend. Hey, friend. What up with say? I hit it raw, see her in public. She like, what's up, friend? He bought her a lottery ticket and gave it to her, and that lottery ticket was worth over $600,000. And I'm like, baby. Could you imagine? So, just be my friend for a minute.
One of my...
We right. Because this was in Detroit, too. Like,
my testosterone, like my bearded friends.
Like, this is so magnificent in my eyes because I don't think of $600,000 lottery tickets when I think of the city of Detroit.
Not at all.
So, we just going to pull up to the dangerous-ass gas station. He go
the green light.
You know they say men are leaders. He like, I'm going to lead you to success. Look, I bought you this ticket.
You walking on the inside of the street.
So... a man buy you a ticket, your friend, because that's what you know. You know,
he might be my favorite.
$600,000. Are you giving him some?
Yeah.
Not pussy money.
Some money, yeah. He buy me the ticket. I'm absolutely gonna look out for him.
Okay, so how much you giving him?
Girl, I don't know. I said I'm gonna look out for him.
Like, you want this dollar back? You want your dollar back?
But you know what I'm saying? It depends on the relationship.
What if y'all was in your car and he didn't have a car? But he spent that one little $5 dollar.
I would buy him a car.
Buy him a car.
I would definitely buy him a car. You deserve that.
You deserve that. I wonder how old her
Don't
friend
ask me
was.
for shit else though.
So are you giving him top?
Nah. Listen,
Bitch, she just changed your life.
I got you some money.
I could change your
and
world,
y'all
baby.
they love money more than bitches anyway. So you're welcome.
So you at least giving him a good 20, 30.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
Nah.
I wonder, like,
if
I would
I had
love some
600,
feedback. I would love some feedback because listen, I got $600,000 worth of problems right now, sir. So you can get this 30. Right?
With no problem.
I mean, because you're just my friend, though. Like, you're not my man.
You're not my man.
You're not my husband. You're not my baby daddy. You're my
and
friend.
what you not? I mean, let's be
and
clear.
I can't just
hold
take
on.
the $600K and just
Pause.
give it to everybody. Cause,
flag on the pay.
Okay.
Chime out. My baby daddy can't get shit. Okay, I don't care if I'm up 10 million. I ain't giving that man a goddamn thing.
Well, do your thing.
Okay? But my friend, yeah, he can get it.
I'm happy for her. And one day I hope to be her. Like, I don't care, sir, how you give me the $600,000. Just get it to me. You can reach me by airplane. Like, however you want to give it to me. Sir, bring me my $600K.
I don't care how
like,
you get there.
That is not my new goal. Like, I manifested a parking spot, right? Because I went to the DIA today. You know, that's my happy place.
Oh, I love it.
And it was busy as fuck down there.
Was it?
It was. I was like, what the fuck in the white people is going on here? Because it was so many old ass white people, but it was so many people with their kids too. I'm like, what is going on?
They're not on break.
Is it a special day? But then I learned that on this day in 2020, before COVID, I was in North Carolina, and I went to the North Carolina Art Institute or whatever it was, museum or whatever it was. But I'm like, okay, so I now down this the National Museum Day, so everybody goes to the museum on January 18th because I'm doing it from now on.
Okay, Mo deemed it.
I deemed it, so it's a holiday.
It's moved and properly seconded.
The museum is my happy place, but I got down there thinking it wasn't gonna be nobody there on a Wednesday, and I'm like, well, damn, it's like valet everywhere. I'm not about to do that shit for this free ass visit. So I was like, I'm just about to manifest me a parking spot. So I went around the corner and I was like, oh, there's one right there. So I'm doing my U-turn. Soon as I complete the U, the car that was right there at the end of my U pulled off. And I was like, look at God. Look at us talking to each other. We know what we doing. And the day just kept getting better. So I was like, you know what? It's only going up from here.
So as your day, I want you to tell people something that they don't know about you.
Okay. And what we agreed on is we doing Disney. Mm-hmm. Okay, you ready?
Or your hood rat ambition. You want to do your hood rat ambition or something? Because it's both
something.
Okay, go ahead.
So something y'all don't know about me is that I love Princess and the Frog. Like when I was pregnant, my life. I'm gonna call him what he is. My life partner. My life partner brought me this DVD of Princess and the Frog, and I watched that thing every day, hoping that my daughter would be in love with it.
And she was.
She was for a moment until she found out what Frozen was like when she was conscious enough to like
Frozen had her baby
color.
in a
I was like Black Princess and we're in there. And she was like, bitch, that girl got powers. Because you thought, you know.
I had a problem with Princess and the Frog for a long time because she was only like human for 6 seconds.
True. I do have those issues.
She became a frog, and she was a bride and a princess.
But shout out to our good sis Anika Nani Rose too. She got married.
She did, and they putting like her Prince Naveen, the picture.
That nigga look like Naveen.
That nigga looks like Naveen.
I was trying to figure his race. I was like, what Naveen?
I've seen him in movies before.
Okay.
I know he's an actor.
Is that a black man? Is he a Cuban?
He mixed with a with a taco or something.
Shit. You're gonna be banned before we get started. But yes, I'm like, come on, Anika Nani, and he like 15, 12, 14 years younger than her.
Oh no, I can't do it. Because
good sister's like 50, and he was like a good. Okay, he might be 8 years. He was like a good like.
But I don't want to. Ooh.
Baby. I don't know. They say the older you get, the longer you wait. I don't know.
At this point, because they don't want my ass.
Could you really be 50 and marry a 60-year-old, though?
I'll probably be feisty as fuck.
Take a second.
Anywho.
But anyway, what don't they know about you Disney style, though?
Disney style, my favorite movie is Aladdin. Even though. Listen.
Can we save the even though for the hood rendition?
Okay.
Because I want to talk about it in my hood right bit.
Okay.
I thought you was going Beauty and the Beast.
No. Even though, okay, so Beauty and the Beast is my mother's favorite movie. And I love,
I thought because Belle was such a book reader, you're such a book reader.
No. I didn't give a fuck about Belle.
Maybe that's true. Because I'm like, one of my friends love Beauty and the Beast.
No, but Beauty and the Beast, like, that was my mother's favorite movie. Gotcha. And Monday was the 24th anniversary that my mother's been gone.
Okay.
24 years.
You holding up?
Yeah. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Monday wasn't so great, but
Okay.
Every day is different.
Every day is different, and you always need to check on your people. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
So, okay. You asked the question. Oh, no. Before that, okay. I want to go to this clip.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
She did not see the clip. Mo hasn't seen it. I
haven't seen it, so no.
But I know she agrees with it because this is something that we talk about all the time.
I'll tell you how I feel.
So, I want to kind of set the play up for the meat and potatoes before we get out of here.
Okay.
Sometimes a woman can talk her out of a relationship. You can talk. We do that.
Yes,
we will talk.
I'm gonna say something, and this might ruffle little feathers. I don't think just being a good man is enough to stay in a relationship with them.
But when I say a good man, I mean like he's good. That means all around. That means himself, spiritually, mentally, physically.
That's great.
Healthily, like he's a good man.
That doesn't mean that he's the man for you. And right. Maybe when you're going through these motions of getting to know him, you're realizing, okay, he's a great person, but honestly, I don't fuck with his humor. Like, he could be funny, but he's not funny to me.
And that's why a lot of modern women are getting 40 with 4 cats and no man, because he's a good man, but because he's not funny, you gotta throw that out.
Okay.
Okay.
So, y'all ready for me? The Hill version of me?
Come on, Hill version.
So first thing first, like I said, be a good person. My first thought though was, you must have thought about my ex relationship. Was that what it got you? I dated a good man. Oh baby, when we was little, like we were children, little. Like we were like early 20s, and I saw it.
He was a good man.
Amazing.
He's gonna
be amazing. Like he is amazing. Like that boy was budgeting $200, putting his weed money in it. So if he watched this, he know it's him. I couldn't believe it. Like he had his gas money, his weed money, his like whatever. With my $200 checks, I was going to buy shirts. Like I gotta go buy me some new shirts,
some shoes,
and I'm like, but he's a good man. He ended up dating a girl after me, and he married her, and they're still together. And I'm like, I always like hope the best for them. I always knew he was a good man, but he just wasn't the man for me. And I am almost 40 with no cats and no husband. However, say that is one of the things that I knew that he wasn't a good man for me is he didn't believe in me. I was an entrepreneur. I had a creative spirit. He was very traditional. He had a mindset. His family was he had a very small family, and they did things in a box, and that's how it worked, and it worked out for them, and it was okay.
but I was okay too.
It depends on who you asking.
It depends on who you ask. Because if I would have stayed there, I would be miserable with a man.
Yep.
So being a good man is never enough. I date good men. Like, I don't date hoe ass niggas. Like,
her mouth might be big. However, sis knows how to pick them.
Good men. But the catch is, does this work? Who am I? Who is he? Is it together right now? If we're in front of each other, and I might just have to learn something from you and keep it moving, Louis Harvey, or if I can never say that I fumbled a great man, because I haven't, because I've never owned 4 cats. I've been single, and it's been by a design, because the way I grow and my perspective and the way things work out for me, if some man walked into my life and tried to dictate what I should be, then I could not be what I was meant to be.
Absolutely.
So until the man that comes into my life and allows the space for me to be who I am, and it works for his life as well, then there will be no man. But good man, yeah, you only work for the right one, unless you're dating a bad woman who's only using you for what you can do for her, which means that you got the shitty end of the stick, and I have integrity, so I'll never give a man that.
And this is where I tell people do better, because we all have choices. And again, like I said, and we graciously titled this, it depends on who you ask.
Depends on who you ask.
Because perspective is everything.
It is.
And I'm I'm growing like worn out, like woed out for the conversations in regards to relationships, because nobody is honoring preference. Nobody is honoring the significance of each part that somebody plays. And if I don't think that you are for me, that's okay. The same way, if you don't think that I'm for you, it's a two-way street.
It is.
It may be something in me that just doesn't do it for you. And I can disagree.
Okay.
But it's okay.
Because like I said, with me, when it comes to good, like, I'm about to name drop, right?
Don't
name
do
drop,
it.
not
don't
real
do
names.
it.
Don't do it.
A fake name.
Oh, his whole name.
Okay. Yeah, we can do the whole name.
Fran is a good man, but he's not a good man for me. You don't think he's a good man?
I don't think Fran a good man.
I don't think he's a bad man.
He not a bad man.
He believes in family. He takes care of his children. He handles his responsibility. He's not disrespectful.
He's a convenient man.
For who?
The woman who will take less than. She will look for the man who gon'.
Well, no, because everybody has a pool to be in. What your standard is your standard, and that's where it's at. Like, it'd be different, like Twitter. That nigga was a whole ass nigga. And he was just supposed to be my friend, like it would never work out. But like friend on the other end, that he's a genuine person. He is a genuine person. Like, when I think of a good man, I honestly think of somebody with morals. I think of somebody with standards. I'm
thinking of somebody with strength and.
But that doesn't make you good. Like, cause you strong don't make you good.
No, but I mean.
Well, a lot of these niggas will work.
It depends on who you ask.
A lot of these niggas wouldn't even hold up the bill, though, if we're only going off strength, because a lot of these men are not strong. And, like, one of the conversations, and I hope, maybe we're going to have to do it for next show, but one of these conversations is about leadership. And I keep hearing the word, men were built to lead. Okay, I'm going to agree with you, right? Men are built to lead. Men are expected. But how many of them are trained to lead? Because, baby, what I have learned is how to lead. I've learned it. Have you? Because the reason why you're not doing it is because you don't know how. It's not because nobody's letting you. Nobody just lets you lead. You lead because you have been trained to be put in that position to be in that place. And not the school
of the hard knocks.
So strength is not always the thing, because even when I don't think I'm strong, I be built for tough as hell out in these streets. I haven't slacked once. Even in my lowest point, I've been very high. I was thinking bad about myself and people were thinking higher of me. So I'll give credit where credit's due. When I think of a good man, like, first of all, like I said, customer service, you have to be respectful. So he's a respectful individual. Mm-hmm. He believes in family. He takes care of his kids, and he'll take care of your kids, which is honorable, because every man don't think, some men won't even take care of their own kids, let alone somebody else's kids. But just because he's a good man don't mean he's a man for me.
Not for me.
Like, yeah, you are good, but you ain't my good. We wouldn't work out, because
perspective.
Now I'd probably be a bad woman dealing with your good ass, because now you don't know how to deal with the ideas that every man just don't have the say so, and you don't just get to guide the house. Because
everything is a dictatorship, and I think that is something that I don't like. and don't respect in our generation.
Yeah.
It's like this gross ass power struggle that doesn't need to be. Like, submission and leadership is circular. It's this ever changing. So the man that's for me needs to know that, you know, some days I can lead, and I know, like, I can conveniently and naturally submit and shut the fuck up when it's time. Like,
a lot of times for me, and it's selfish, but the man that's for me have a tendency to have an active father figure. Like, when I date men and I notice the men with father figures, it's issues that I don't go through with when I date men without father figures. It's like, well, you want to put Vaseline on it.
You remember, like, but I noticed in myself, like, when I was identifying toxic traits of my own, that I dealt with men who had mommy issues because I have mommy issues.
And for me, I had father issues, but my father was definitely in my life. You know, my mother and father was married until my mother passed. However, for me, when it came to men and men with father figures, it's a lot of things we don't have to argue about or deal with. We go through none of that stuff. So when
they were taught.
When it's the men without fathers, it's this big argument about
entitlement,
whose placement is where. And I'm not arguing with you about your place when I know my place in my own position.
Sir, if you want to be treated like a lady, you go right to
and I can't
here.
help you.
But it
can't
depends
on who you.
Because your mother raised you to be the king of her castle, and now you feel entitled to
every
everything.
Woman's castle.
No.
And then the thing is, when you're asking me, like, what are you looking for? Because I had to tell a man, what are you looking for in a man, or what do you want? Someone who's going to allow me to be myself. They don't think that's valuable. I'm like, boy, that's the most valuable asset that I have, because this will get us far. Me being me, not me being the vision or the like. I wear my puffy ponytail, not because black women
expectation,
agree with it, not because men agree with it, but because I agree with it. It is not something to argue over. Well, why don't you wear your hair down? Well, I do. I just can't be everything you need at that moment. However, when we're talking about a relationship, we're talking about combining our thoughts and our theories. We're talking about combining our values. And a lot of men you meet don't even have values. It's like, you're talking about leadership.
So when you believe in nothing, you haven't taught to,
and I believe in something,
be the forefront of anything.
But you want respect like you deserve it, because the oppressor loves to.
And you don't have an open mind to learn. Because my thing is, I cannot, and I tell my team this all the time, I cannot penalize you for something that you don't know. But when you have access to your learning, when you have access to the tools that will help you be great, that's when I hold you accountable. That's when I hold you accountable. So if you're just out here willy-nilly.
So then that's my thing, though. When we talk about good men, I want to ask good men, in your life, who holds you accountable? Who do you go fishing with? Who do you go to church with? Because I meet a lot of men that don't have, like, when we talk about leadership in men, I meet a lot of men who have no spiritual guidance.
At all.
So what are you actually leading me from?
And let's be clear.
From worldviews?
At this big age that I am right now, I'm watching your friend group. Mm-hmm. Because if you hang with a bunch of toxic ass people and there's no spiritual, nobody... It's the blind leading the blind. I don't have time for 3 blind mice.
My current journey is mind, body, and soul. I started with my mind. That's why me and my therapist has a great working relationship. Like I told y'all, I've been working on my body. I've been in the gym working on my fitness. And then I was like, what's missing is getting back to my spirituality, getting to my soul, that whole entire cleansing. So when we talk about leadership, when we talk about relationships, I need a man that can meet me with those 3 values and tactics. You can't just meet me because you dress nice or you got a good job. Having a good job ain't did shit for none of us, because I got a good job too. She got a good job. We got good jobs. Now the good jobs are out the way.
Now what?
I teach my daughter values. I'm proud of the parent that I am. You'll never shame me for being a woman. You'll never shame me for being a mother. You'll never shame me for being a single mother. Like, it was by design that I ended up there, because without her, I probably wouldn't have grown as far and fast as I did. So to shame me for the natural things that happen into my life because you don't want me to feel powerful, because you want to control the scene.
And that's weird. Like,
when I would give you the keys, baby, if I had the money in the car, then baby, you could still drive.
As a single mother with a son, I am showing him emotional maturity on just the surface level. You know what I'm saying? To allow him to be free in how he feels. To show him what expectations look like, but also to let him know that it is okay for you to feel how you feel, because a lot of men be like, oh, well, I was told I can't cry, and you know, we don't have anybody to go to.
I do believe them. I do believe that not only do they not have anybody to go to, that when somebody shows up for them to go to, they don't even know how to respond to it. So I do it in doses, because I'm that woman. I'm the one. When men tell me that, the one thing I don't believe in, and I want us to unpack this one day too, is nobody comes to the table with nothing but vagina or penis. Like, that's impossible. Everybody has something else to offer. Do you want to see what they have? Right. A lot of times you just don't want it. You just want their vagina or you want their penis, so you figure they don't have nothing else to offer. Right. I ask good questions. They make a lot of men uncomfortable because they never have been asked this before. But that's because you've never been in a healthy space. You are afraid to be vulnerable, and I understand that. So I'm not going to pressure it, and I'm not going to press it. But in my big old age,
and who you
I have to date men who have been resolved, who have been healed, or who has never had this trauma. You have had to either had a father figure or not your biological father, but a circle of men to hold you accountable. If you only deal with men that say you're allowed to say women ain't shit, and then you don't deal with your children, and you don't care about your responsibilities,
have sex with everybody,
you get to call yourself a good man because you open doors,
create all these soul ties. Because a lot of men will just be accommodating to a reckless ass lifestyle.
True.
And I'm on stage.
And the worst part about it is, like they say, we do all the things we do for women. We put our makeup on, we do our lashes, we get our booties, we do all this stuff for each other is what they say, and they don't give themselves credit for doing the things for each other. You're afraid to admit you're in love because you don't want him to look at you like you a hoe ass nigga, because you've never been there before, and you don't even know what love feel like, but the best thing in your life walked in your life, and you don't know how to submit to that program.
And I know women who will be like, if my man said I can't go, hey y'all, but y'all gonna have to do karaoke without me today.
Submission is not just the thing that women do.
No.
And I've only learned this from talking to men. So you'd have to submit as well to things that don't make you make you feel comfortable, but maybe the staple in your growth. But that's a whole nother conversation.
It is.
A whole nother day. But what I will say to good men is, yes, being a good man is never going to be enough, because one, if you're a good man with a bad woman, then what you want? Because you like a bad bitch, that don't mean she's a good woman. Hey, she's just a bad bitch. She just got a nice body.
What you have to know as a good man, as you deserve a good woman.
You do.
So if this is not the person for you, let her sit down so the real one can stand up. That's it. And then we don't always have to address the women. We can address y'all too.
And then as a good man, know your worth and know your value. Know what you're capable of. So understand that, like, if it ain't imaginary working, just keep going. Do what Lori Hart say. What would Lori do?
What would Lori do?
Take a page out of the chapter in the book of Lori. She would listen.
She would like, you know what? It's no longer serving me.
Maybe you should go read Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady, so you at least can start thinking like a man. I don't know. Like I say, I'm writing a book called Think Like a Man, Act Like a Whole Ass Nigga. Like, I'm just saying. But in the event that you don't have anybody to break this down with, I don't want you to break it down in a sister circle full of women.
No.
Break it down. Like, I was wondering that, what do men call their male circles? Because, we say sister circle. Yeah. Do men even have circles at this point? And I'm not talking about
what y'all call them?
Y'all,
the man cave. Okay.
Y'all need that counsel where we are actually not only just speaking our truth, but holding each other accountable.
Yeah.
Like, you can't
it can be some.
It can't all be women ain't
real.
Shit.
I don't want to hear,
because we couldn't all be niggas ain't
coming
shit.
From her sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? If I have to hear it.
Listen, I'll tell my friends in a minute, baby, you stupid. You're being stupid, and it's okay that you're stupid, but you have to now take accountability and move forward in a better light. You lying to yourself, he lying to you.
Girl, don't lie to me. You can't lie to me.
You can't lie to me because I'm wise. The thing is, if he's lying to you and I can see that he's lying to you, I'm going to tell you. You ain't got to believe me on today's date. And when you find it out, you ain't even got to come to me. But what I do want you to know is I can see through the bullshit that you can't see because you got emotions tied to it and I don't. Mm-hmm. Not going to ask you to run away from this nigga. I'm just going to ask you to choose what you want, not what you're trying to make him do.
Be careful.
So stop trying to manipulate the situation to work in your favor. That's what I tell my women. So I would tell my men the same thing. And the male friends that I do have, it's not a male friend that has me as a friend can say, he told me some hoe ass shit, and I just was like, well, yeah, right. No, I'm like, that's some hoe ass shit. Mm-hmm. She doesn't deserve. I had a homegirl
who is dealing with a dude who has a fiance. And I told my homegirl, being a whole ass nigga in my own life, before, I told my homegirl, that woman don't deserve that. So, you got a conscious decision to make. You can either respect her relationship more than he does, or you can just get your feelings hurt as well as hers, and he be a whole ass nigga in the process. However y'all want to do it. But we don't know this woman. So, you know, girls are like, we don't know that bitch, fuck that bitch. Yeah, fuck that bitch. But she still don't deserve this lying ass nigga that's lying to you about her.
Until it's you. It's all good until it ain't.
We ready to kidnap this nigga. Speaking of kidnap.
Oh, Jesus. Your hood rat ambition?
Let's just go into it.
Come on.
I will go for days if you let me.
Come on.
So we gonna keep it Disney edition.
All right.
Hood rat ambition. I am kidnapping a nigga. And that nigga name is Aladdin. We're gonna get a nigga a whole name.
Aladdin.
Jafar Ali, nigga.
I was gonna say Devontae Ali.
Aladdin Muhammad Ali. Bring your whole ass to the front of the congregation for being the worst nigga possible.
Step to the front.
Disney has
Let's talk about it.
Disney has this way of making us feel safe.
It's a lot of finesse in Disney.
Everything they do, because they kill our parents.
They do. It be some trash ass.
They
situations.
show you feminine,
CPS
hard work.
definitely needs to be called.
Like, that's why these men confused. Because if they watched Disney like I did, they saw a lot of hard working feminine women.
Definitely.
Beauty is her name.
Listen.
Beauty and the Beast. Like, bitch, what?
She drinking water, pouring water, reading the book, and dancing.
Like, I'm beautiful. Why I gotta have a beast? I can't have Beauty and Prince Charming. What the fuck is we doing? But we bring Aladdin to you, and this, my hood rat ambition is to kidnap this nigga because he never deserved the spot that he was given.
He did not.
Prince Ali Fabulous, he was a fucking fraud. He was never anybody's prince. He went into the village and he found the baddest bitch in raps because the bitch was dressed like a fucking she-maid, and he found her. Saw the beauty in her eye, and he saw the riches in her motherfucking garments because he saw that shit was stitched to the nines. He was like, oh, Taylor did that.
That looks like 24 karat gold.
And told this bitch, I can show you the world. Meanwhile,
bitch, I'm showing you.
Prince of Thieves, you can show me what? And we so goofy.
She's just like the bad boy. It was like back in the day when bitches loved Jodeci instead of Boys to Men.
No,
that's how you knew you was toxic.
Boy. She liked the fact that she wasn't supposed to be in control, but she figured she was in control. That's why they don't want us to leave.
For the entire movie.
Because she was working with her vagina. She was like, he fine. Because he was fine. He was fine. But
and he took on that little carpet.
But he wasn't poor to her either. He didn't show up as no. She was like, real ass bitch, give a fuck about my daddy. Snuck out the house. Went into the village.
She did.
Because she
well, you know what threw me is when this nigga said, do you trust me?
Bitch, I ran that line on the nigga before. But that's what threw me too. Like, wait,
do you trust me?
And she thought about it. She let her instincts get the best of her. That's she putting women intuition down 20 points. Like, bitch.
That bitch put it under the bed.
Now women's intuition don't even work no more because your goofy ass was like, yeah. But she was thinking with her vagina.
She was definitely thinking with her coochie
because if she was any friend of fucking Andre 3000, we'd be like, keep your heart, Jay Stacks.
What was her tiger name? Because that nigga knew.
Oh, was it Raja? But he wasn't with her.
But this nigga was looking at him like, bitch, if he stepped on this pouch.
Around.
He stepped on this pouch.
But Aladdin bitch ass was like, I can show you the world. Shiny, shimmery, splendid. When have you ever been on a magic carpet and the bitch fell for all the lies? This is why I want to get me and my girls collectively in a jump van because we're going to create a jump
dressed
van.
in all black.
Be all black. The van going to be all black, and we are kidnapping niggas and throwing them in the back. We stripping them down naked, hog tie them and throwing them out. I'm gonna put the first one.
I'm gonna put mandarin oranges in a sock and beat the shit out of it.
Homie, don't play that because he got to lie his way into the castle, and he actually got a position. Like, wait, what? We don't talk about hoe ass niggas enough, because that was a good man would say he was smart, but a real person would know that he was a hoe ass nigga.
This dude,
because he lied his way all the way into it.
3 movies.
And she was in love. I think
she accepted him through all of the shit.
She wasn't a Lori Harvey.
Like, I'm sorry.
That's why I'm Team Lori. Never Team Jasmine.
Never Team Jasmine. I'm sorry, but not sorry.
For the win.
So, keeping the Disney theme going, my hood rat ambition would be to be like Ursula.
Okay.
When I tell you that's my bitch.
Bad bitch anthem.
Okay. She was snatching souls. Bitch, literally.
Come on.
I want it. Okay?
Soul snatcher?
Give it to me.
I love it.
I'm just.
Come on.
I want and you know, Jasmine said, I don't just want your heart. I want your soul. I want your give it here.
Bring it here. Come here.
Just know that when you talk to me, you gotta watch what you say to me because I'm listening to every damn thing.
Shit.
Okay?
She said, I'm with it.
And I'm gonna put it right here.
Put it right there.
When I keep it to my skin, that's how you know it's real.
Okay.
Okay. And that's it.
Hey, I'm in love because listen, that was good. Like, listen,
because
silence and violence. I love it. just call it how you see it.
There it is.
Call it how you
on
see
any
it.
day of the fucking week, and that's the diversity. If I'm just saying,
silence and violence. Boop boop.
Reloading.
That's how we do it.
Okay, so before we leave, because it's almost time to go.
Okay.
You wanted to ask a question.
I did. It's a heavy question.
It's a heavy question.
It's not okay. I'm gonna try to get through it. And if I can get through it,
okay,
and then maybe we can revisit it.
Okay.
But I just wanted to know why our trauma responses are to run, and our encouragement responses are to be patient. And what I mean by that is like, 'cause, you know, we do this all the time. Like let's say in dating, right? Mm-hmm. You meet a new guy, and he not really filling out the boxes because you want it to work, and you like, friend, be patient. But say somebody has a mishap, like we're dating, he didn't do something right on the date. I tell you about, you be like, bitch, get the fuck up out of there. Run now. Don't do that. Why do we do that instead of taking a situational space and look at the situation for what it really is and say, hold on, friend, you're being irrational at this point. Because this is accountability. Everything is not meant to happen overnight because, you know, I have that struggle. I want everything to happen overnight.
Child.
Everything. And if it's not happening overnight, it's not happening fast enough. I don't want it no more.
But I think that's the reason why people give those type of responses is because of how the person that they're talking to responds to the advice.
So here's my thing, though. Can we be healthier friends if we don't worry about how you respond, but actually getting the truth out to you respectfully? Mm-hmm. Because this is my thing, too. Like, I had to have this conversation with a friend. I said, I'm not going to encourage you to like, stop reaching out to this person because that's hard. Like, and this is what sparked the question. Like, do you know my life partner? I'm like, fuck that nigga. I ain't never speaking to him again. Fuck him. And you be like, girl, fuck him. But you know that's not easy.
No,
so as a friend, like, and I put a whole lot of responsibility on you, but just a little bit, like, let's find a new avenue to say, well, you know, well, you've done it before, though. Hey, you're getting a little bit beside yourself. Go sit in the corner for a minute.
Yeah. Because
I know that you're hurt. I know that you're sad, and I know that you don't want to experience this. But this is actually an experience of life. Like, don't. Like somebody said, well, I'm embarrassed. Okay, because it's embarrassing. It makes sense.
Absolutely.
You're going through an embarrassing cycle, so you should be embarrassed. Not saying that I'm happy that you're embarrassed. I'm just saying it's natural. It's okay.
It's an experience.
It is okay that you're embarrassed. I'm hurt, as you should be, because the person did something to hurt you. It's okay.
My charge is always, as a friend, to validate exactly where you are and to listen.
That part.
I don't want to necessarily give you any advice, especially when you are like at your most like irrational point because you don't want advice. Yeah. You want to get it off your heart.
You want an answer. But no, you want an answer. You do want to get it off your heart, but you want an answer. But my thing is,
I can't.
The answer is the process is just the process.
It is.
And sometimes the process could be a lot shitty. A lot harder than we want to experience.
We don't have answers to like time constraints or restraints.
We don't.
Only thing I can tell you is when you know, you know. Everybody has a breaking point. If you have not reached yours yet, then go ahead and take 5.
And then this is a two-way street though. As friends, as the giver now, not wait, that was the giver. We were the giver. As a receiver, also understand though when your topic is too heavy for people, that you have to live with the fact that now you have to journal it out or get you a therapist.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes we're tired of hearing the same story 100 different times. At 101, baby, I'm tapped out. I got shit to do. I'm trying to do some meditation and some yoga.
Listen, and I'm always like the go-to friend, the poor, you know, I be champion for my people. But Monday, I didn't have no ears for nobody. And I didn't even realize that, you know, it was because it's my mother's 24th death anniversary. You know, I'm close to my cycle, so I feel like we should be able to take off of that shit because as we get older, we get crazy. But I was in such a poor mood. I did not want to hear stories that I've already heard 17,000 times. And sometimes you do need to ask permission before you just unload on somebody who is already carrying something heavy.
That part. So I just only ask that, like, for us to consciously think about the capacity that we have. And don't just engage to just turn the situation, because everything that quick shit that we're used to because of social media and things like that, we have to get out of. So we have to start with the accountability that's in front of us. We first have to say, okay, well, one, I can't even handle this conversation, so today's not going to be the day.
It's not going to be
I'll get back to you. Or if I can't handle the conversation, ma'am, I'm going to let you get this out. I'm going to point to you where you're being irrational, and I'm going to give you a moment. I'm not going to explain to you how you need to leave a person alone because you know better. Mm-hmm. However, when you're ready, I am here for you. And if you're not ready yet, I'm still here for you.
That's it.
But I need you to love you the same way you want that person to love you. Because love can't happen if you're not doing it for yourself. It just can't. You don't know what it feel like. You don't know what it look like. You can't explain it. You can't tell somebody what it looks like. You don't know how to get there. So I think a lot of times we just trying to wear faux love and false narratives, and we want to argue our points. But sometimes it's just like, let's just be a safe and healthy space for each other. If you got a problem, if you're going through something harmful, heavy,
if it's physically, harmful,
I'm gonna tell you when I can't be your therapist. Like, you can literally call me like, I'm ready to kill myself, and I'm gonna be like, okay, so now it's time for you to get some real help because I can't do it.
Let me get some.
I don't know how to do that part. That's the part. I know me. I know my capacity. I can't get you off that ledge. What I can do is help you make final arrangements, and I'm sure you don't want that. So where we at? What we doing? I'm telling you where I know my accountability and what I'm responsible for. Right. I hate living without the people that I love, but I've had to live without the people that I love. So I say all of that to say, let's just give people grace.
Give them grace.
Give them space. Give them grace. And if you can't fuck with what they're going through, you take a step back.
I have.
Pray for them.
Boundaries. Get you some.
Ain't no better you than you. And if you can't be the best version of yourself, then you don't even need to get nobody that version. Nobody. That discounted version of you, don't nobody want it.
Mm-mm. And on that note.
And that's to the good men out there. Hey.
Because, listen, we here and I'm just saying we appreciate good men, okay?
We do.
Contrary to popular belief.
Crop tops, no bra, bitch. All right. We can leave. Because this is going to get better or worse.
It's going to get worse. We done. Y'all.
Did my preacher, did my teacher. Now I just want to be a hood rat.
Right. Until next week. Goodbye.
I'm just...